Hello everyone. So today we are going to do the fourth practical, B part of the fourth practical. So last time we did to-do list using the React. Same thing, we are going to do it again, like we are going to create one app, React app. So again, same thing. First of all, we will create new folder for a new practical. Every time remember, you need to make new folder. So this time I'll give name as practical 4B, as it is the B part. And let me select this, select the folder. So you can see the name of the folder here, practical 4B. Now we will go to the terminal part and we will start executing the first command. So what is the first command? Last time you have done in a 4 practical. Yes, you remember? If not, then this is the command. Okay. npx create react app, as we are creating the react app. And what is the name of that application? So practical 4B. Here you can give the name that you want, but this is the name which is I have given, and then enter. So as you know that it is going to insert all the things from the inbuilt package, node package, extension. We are getting all the things needed for React. So it will take some time. Okay, so it will installing the packages. Here they have given the message. Installing packages, this might take a couple of minutes. Installing React, then React DOM document object model, React scripts, inbuilt script that we are getting it. Then CRA template, ready-made template we are going to do. Okay. In this practical, we are going to do the validation of the user form. You might have done this using the JavaScript. The same thing we are going to do using the React. Okay, that's the only difference. Otherwise, it is very simple thing. Few elements will be there in the form, and then we have to validate that. So as you can see, the installation is going on, and here you will get the packages. So first package we got JSON package. Then slowly, steadily, all the packages will be there, and you will get the proper structure, file structure. So be patient, and let's see. So for this practical, we need a proper internet so that it takes less time. Mm, But still, it will take like 5 minutes is the minimum time. Now you can see here you got the same all the packages and the same message that last time we got. So we are going to do cd, that is change directory. As you can see here, this is the directory, and we have one more directory here. So of course we will go to that. Let's see if, because cd practical 4D. And then again, I will do npm start. As it is written over here, these two commands, we are following the same thing. Okay, so npm start. But then right now we no need to start because we need to do the programming. As if I start this, that means I'll get the default, whatever is the default program they have already default as. So now we need to do our programming first, then we will go for this command. Okay, I hope you got this. So now first in SRC, as we have done last time, app.js, this time also we are going to do the changes because that is the main file, major file there. We need to do all the things. So here, first of all, we'll rename that app.js with the different name. So what is the first step that you will do? Rename app.js with username, sorry, user form.js. Okay. So user form.js name we are going to give. I'll tell you why we have changed this, because in the coding, I'm giving the same name. That's the reason. Now, I have just renamed this part, but the code part is still there. So what I will do, I don't need this. So control, okay, here, control A, and we don't need this default coding. So we will just cut this part and we will have our own coding. So just give me a moment. Again, as the typing will take more time, I'm just putting this code, which I will give to you as well. Don't worry. So in this code, as you can see here, user form, we are using the same thing. That's the reason I have changed the name user form.js. So all the things that is required. So first of all, what we will do, we will have some functions, major functions here, function user form, that is the main function. And then, okay, first I'll explain the down part. This is the HTML part where we have the form. Okay, on submit, handle submit. So whenever you are clicking on the submit button, handle submit will get called. Okay, and we have here, you can see this is the part that we are doing once we are submitting the form. Okay, so either we have, if it is a valid, then we are saying form is submitted. Otherwise, we are saying form has a error. Okay, this is the functionality for submit button. Then these are the look and feel we are creating for the form. So we have an input type. So we are going to have username, then email ID, and submit button. That's it. Okay. So we are taking this field and we are validating whether the email ID enter is correct or not. Okay. Username is proper or not. So validation part we are doing. So in advanced web development, you must have learned this part. Just the syntax is a little bit different over here. That is the thing. Okay. So this is the main functions that we are creating for validate form. We have validate function. So we are going to throw the error that if the username is not entered, then username is required, email is required if there is no email ID. And then we are testing this part whether the email address is valid or not. If it is not following all the criteria, then we are going to say email address is invalid. So this is the part of all these functionalities for validation. I hope it is clear. Now, next part, what we will do, we'll go to the next file and we will add the code over there. So what will the next file, important file, index.js. So here we have just two files. First is user form.js and then index.js. Okay. So here also what we will do, we don't need this part. So we will remove this part and we'll have our own part. So let me just put here control A. Okay. As you can see here, import user from user form. So here we are taking the coding from the user form. So which is here. So just two files coding, you need to do it properly and then you can execute the code. So how to execute the code? As I told you earlier, what is the command? npm start. So let's put that command npm start. So you can see that React script, everything is getting ready and our program is going to execute. and the execution will happen where on a browser. So it will automatically open the browser part. But now, right now, you are not able to see that. Okay. So let me just share that screen and I'll tell you. You can see here username and then here also. Now we will just keep this field empty and I'll click on register. You can see username is required and email ID is required. This is the basic validation that we handle. Now if I just enter the part like and then if I enter here also some ABC, that's it. So now register here it is saying that please include at the rate. Okay, at the rate is missing. If I include at the rate, oh sorry, just a second, what happened? So here as you can see that I'm entering my name Grishma and then here I'm entering ABC, then shift at the rate and register. Still it is giving error because it is saying that you enter the part following the same thing. Okay, because this is incomplete. So they need something to be there, Gmail. And then also if I'm not entering anything, let's see, the email address is invalid. If I say .com, then it will say it is valid because it is checking whether it is having at the rate, then some kind of text, then dot is there or not, then subdomain is there or not. That is what we are doing. So now once we are clicking on this register, now this is the only validation part. So we are not doing anything. We are not like redirecting this to another page. So that's why it is not doing anything. So it is just about the validation part. Okay. I hope you got this. Thank you.